A man had 2 socks hanging around his neck. He pulled the strings of the socks, and the soil fell onto the ground. He mixed the soil with his feet, so that the guards wouldn't notice. Then they started digging a tunnel. People outside knocked on a steel pillar with a hammer, and those inside followed by knocking on the ground. They carried the excavated soil. When they were digging the vegetable field, they secretly threw the soil into the field, and then covered it with a rake. When the Germans came, they didn't notice anything unusual. The tunnel was dug deeper and deeper, and the oxygen in the hole became thin. They made a blower to transfer air into the tunnel. They also needed transportation tools to avoid the guards noticing. The prisoners outside sang the national anthem, and those inside knocked in rhythm. One day a prisoner was buried. Fortunately, his companion crawled in and pulled him out of the soil. They needed wooden boards to support the tunnel. They took apart the wooden boards from the roof, the ones on the hidden walls, and even the beds of their cellmates. When the tunnel was about to be completed, they started to make preparations for after the escape. They began to learn German and made clothes to replace their military uniforms. On the Independence Day, they held a celebration at this time. A prison guard spilled water on the ground and found that the water seeped down quickly. He quickly called the officer. They moved the stove away, lifted the floor tiles and discovered the tunnel there. Then the room was surrounded. When the people outside heard the noise, they instantly understood, so they all rushed over. One of them thought the plan had failed. Looking at the outside world, he slowly walked to the perimeter line. By the time his companions noticed, it was too late. He had already climbed onto the wire fence. Though everyone tried desperately to stop him, he was eventually shot dead by the guards, but the escape plan hadn't failed. The man guessed the tunnel would be discovered, so he prepared 17 entrances. The stove was just one of them. The next day they came to the bathhouse, ready to break open the drain here too. They dug desperately, because companions were keeping watch outside. When the guards came to inspect, he quickly crawled out of the drain, then sealed the hole with bricks, and used cement to fill the gaps, covered it with the grate, poured water inside, then pretended to be cleaning. The guards couldn't find evidence, so had to turn and leave. To speed up progress, they added many more people, forming a 90-meter assembly line, working non-stop to transport dirt outside. Finally, after 3 days, the tunnel was completely dug through. They decided to start tonight. To avoid detection by enemy forces, they took action in batches. After everyone was gathered together, Charlie finally blew out the oil lamp, broke through the exit above, but when he poked his head out, he discovered it was still 10 meters from the evacuation point.